Good day, everyone. As Wissam said, my name's Tony Shaw, and I'm Product Solutions Manager for a company called Exactal. We're, as you can see from the map here, we're actually a company that's based in Australia, in Brisbane. We're the head office. We started out in 2002. Gradually, we started down there on the right in the New World. We've gradually made our way across the ancient civilizations through the UK and the East. And we've now actually just this week, or in the last week or so, this map is out of date because we've opened an office in Austin in Texas. So we are now sort of focusing on the Americas market. The product that we produce is one product, Cost X, that is measuring and estimating. So as I say, it was started in 2002, but right back then it was actually built on a foundation of being able to read BIM files. So the initial versions, as you can see there, focused on 2D, being able to measure in 2 dimensions. But over time, as I say, the foundations were in place to be able to take measurements and quantities from 3D and in one fully integrated application, produce the estimate for the job, be you a quantity surveyor or a contractor's estimator. So the various modules, as I say, well, modules is the wrong word because it is one integrated piece of software, but it allows you to do measurement from 2D, 3D, costing of the project, and those two aspects are linked together. So the measurements are actually linked into the costing spreadsheet workbook. And therefore, if the model changes with that direct link, it auto-updates the price because the new measures flow through into the workbook. If there's rates in there, it will produce a new price for the estimate. And obviously, there's a report writer to allow you to export the information out and present it to your client. So, I say we are BIM compatible. So right from the outset, again, I guess we started with Revit, the predominant software back in the early 2000s. But in time, we've now expanded that to cover IFC files, DGNs, pretty much any 3D model and 2D drawing file you're likely to receive. We can actually load up, be it MEP, structure, architecture, whatever. Obviously, the BIM model has data in it. So the objects have this data, and using our what we call the schedule, the list at the bottom, you can actually pick and choose from all the available properties. It's not an automatic, you must measure it this way. From the information that's inherent in the objects in the model, we can actually pick and choose and map what of that information you need to do to extract, or what we call harvesting the quantities, to actually create your takeoff in the software. In terms of the modelling, we talk about IPD and building information modelling. Obviously, that process of data extraction can be optimised by the QS or the estimator getting involved in the process earlier, actually in the sort of project inception meetings. And if that's the case, then obviously, as a QSs and estimators, by having information built into the model, which will help you later down the track, it allows you to customise the extraction of the quantities. The idea of all that is a process of automatic workbook generation. So in this instance, we've got rate codes. And again, a lot of what we're finding is a lot of contractors nowadays have in-house BIM capability. So with their own designers, they're able to build in what you probably can't see at that size, but that's actually a rate code in the object properties. That can be extracted automatically by an automatic import. It will grab that information from the model and place quantities against that. In the costing side of the software, and again, it's going to be too difficult to read, but you can have a corresponding rate library that contains those codes and the descriptions and rates that go with it. So again, by a process of automatic linking together on the Add a Workbook menu there, we have an option to generate a workbook from codes. We can tie the two parts of the software together to automatically create a price. So you've got the measure linked to a code, and you've got rates and descriptions linked to the same code. Without touching a keyboard, you can produce an estimate or estimate of the project that's in hand. no model I've ever seen in the 7-8 years I've been working with BIM is ever 100% complete. They only go to a certain... Did I miss the yellow light, did I?
Yeah, you can start summing up now.
Okay, beg pardon. I'll quickly whiz through these. So yeah, we can actually allow measuring from the 2D model or the quantities that you measure on 3D. Because we are a 2D and 3D combined software, whatever you measure off 3D will also be shown on the 2D drawings. If anyone's got any questions, we'll be in the hall.